This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Immortal City Records, a new dramatic thriller from Patricia Cuffie-Jones, which isn't very dramatic, nor is it thrilling. I've probably used that joke before, but it's still true. Anyways, it follows Drea, an aspiring singer who gets an assistantship at Immortal City Records, home to the legendary rapper 8, and his wife and business partner, Sapphire. Of course, it's far from smooth sailing, having to deal with both the workplace stress and harassment from Sapphire. But Drea is still able to work her way towards her dreams with the help of 8 and another singer, T. Strong. However, it isn't long before suspicions about her employers are raised when she learns about Nika, the previous assistant who had mysteriously disappeared a year ago. When bringing her up elicits a cold response from others, she decides to learn the truth on her own. But first, a whole bunch of other stuff has to happen, I guess. And yeah, that's not really an exaggeration. The story introduces this mystery aspect, and while it does build upon it over time, it's less of a slow-burning suspense and more as if the filmmakers were told that they needed to remind the audience that part of the story was still in here, and so they had to throw in a hint every now and then. The rest of the film chooses to focus more on Drea's time at the studio, and her rise to riches and luxury at the cost of her real self, which is easily a story on its own. There's even a third storyline between Drea and T. Strong, who have a romance which is threatened by Drea's loyalty to the studio. They all do eventually connect, but it's less of a convergence and more of a coincidence, seeing that they all involve Drea to some degree. In fact, those two storylines just kind of end and don't get a true resolution nor segue into the supposed main story. The movie as a whole pretty much just stops when everything is all said and done, which is almost a perfect capstone given how the rest of the film is written. Dialogue is bland, plot structure is almost non-existent, and the characters are pretty much the sort of one-note archetypes you might expect in a story or a setting like this. It would probably be easier to say that if you go into this movie expecting nothing at all besides basic storytelling and a predictable outcome you can see a mile away, you'll get what you came for. It should also go without saying that the technical elements in this movie are nothing worth talking about at length, meeting the bare minimum and leaving it at that. It's pretty obvious that several scenes were shot in pre-existing locations, not only cutting costs, but also making use of pre-existing equipment and decorations, which especially seems to be the case in the record studio building. That's pretty much as far as the production goes to appear cinematic, though. Camera work is flat and stale, making sure a subject is in frame and then moving right along to the next scene. There are a few creative shots in here, but they're few and far between, though it might also be worth noting that they're usually punctuated by a stinger noise, as if to emphasize that you're supposed to be feeling something from this shot. It wouldn't surprise me if these moments were made more for someone cutting the trailer together than because the director intended for this to be a dramatic linchpin or some other creative choice. Then again, it should already be pretty clear that there's nothing of any real creative interest or importance in all of this. I suppose the best thing that I can say in its favor is that the movie is not unwatchable, but even that might be pushing it. Immortal City Records, Patricia Cuffie-Jones, 2023. 1 star. Obviously, I do not recommend watching it. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. If there's anything I can say in the movie's favor, it's that it... That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. If there's anything else I can say in the movie's favor, it's that it has interesting lighting choices a few times. But that's as far as I'll go. Anything else would literally be stretching for an answer.